Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will study about the research directions in the fields in which we can further investigate various things about Internet of Things. What are the research areas? Further, how we can proceed, and what are their future directions. First one is introduction. Uh, since the internet is a global platform for communication and the interconnection of devices has been shaping a new world, which is a combination of new methods and technologies, which are the basis of very variety of various smart contexts like smart city, smart television, smart bulbs, smart watches. Everything's going to be smart, communicating between themselves, interconnection of devices, and communicating through a global platform for communication such as internet. Then the creation of these scenarios has been investigated from different and disjointed scientific communities, as it is also called as mobile computing or distributed computing, in which various systems are placed at different places all around globally or locally, and they are able to communicate among themselves and share information on a real-time basis. It's also called as a pervasive computing is also involved in this process of IoT, and WSNs having various sensor nodes, uh, sensing various parameters, sharing data of the parameters on real-time basis, and having central nodes also. This is also used in IoT formation. And the next one is cyber physical system, CPS. Various physical systems in various corporations are used for the implementation of IoT, Internet of Things. Next is IoT vision and context. You have no, like for many people, the concept of smart city is no longer a vision, so far away. Our government has already declared that so many smart cities are going to be around by 2020, 25, and they will be having the entire monitoring system and monitoring entire system interacting with each other. And in order to exchange themselves, there is a central command center also. So IoT vision is not any unknown concept nowadays. It's being implemented and it's on its way, and it's going to be beneficial for the community as a whole, and it would make life easier and smooth for the public. Here is some example of IoT vision. In IoT vision, there would be IoT system of global transport system will be implemented with the help of IoT. And the complete smart city will be without any traffic lights and 3D transport vehicles. And the buildings on which the sunlight is uh, pounding upon will be able to control energy, health, and comfort of the buildings. There will be sensors attached. There will be various IoT devices attached. And next one is people with the bionic fragments for detecting physiological parameters. It is related to the health parameters of various persons. These are all examples of some IoT visions which can be implemented with the help of IoT. Another example is of in example is like input in a biometric system. In biometric system, we used to at the like in our mobiles we used to get the fingerprint scan at the time of registration of any device, and which is able to log in our device also, and the output is holographic display. This is an example of IoT vision. Now there are various IoT benefits IoT is beneficial in a number of ways to the community and the society as a whole. The continuing growth of sensors and the improving the related processes will produce continuous qualitative changes in various different contexts. First one is body. Uh, in body in body scenario, in body, like we have to remember when we have to take our medicine, checking on your baby, tracking our activities, day-to-day daily activities, how much we have worked out, what are our sleeping patterns, monitoring any family member. These are related to body. The use of IoT devices in our physical body. The IoT device can also be very useful in home automation actually. Heating, giving proper heat, required amount of heat in winter season, tracking our lost keys, making sure your making sure our electrical appliances are off when not in use, lightening our home or an easier way, making sure our garage is locked, it should not be opened. So these are the all processes which are done by human manually, but they will be automated with help of IoT devices. Next benefit of IoT is in smart cities. Keeping First one is keeping our streets, our surroundings cleaner. Lighting streets and using electricity in a more efficient way with help of IoT devices. Looking for parking places with help of IoT devices. Monitoring pollution levels or the current NO2, SO2, various gas levels all around can also be tracked with help of IoT devices. IoT device can also help in avoiding disasters like earthquake, making alerts in a more proactive way. Now we have various IoT challenges and also benefits. First, we will talk about the challenges. Challenges are many. Few of them are as follows. Challenges in in challenge for the people and society. Like they are not accustomed to these IoT devices. They did not have knowledge, proper guidance about what is IoT and how we can use them. Second one is security and privacy. What security and privacy concern in IoT devices is a major concern it because the devices are connected on a real-time basis and they can have any activity of theft by any intruder at any time. Standard policies. There are no, there are standard policies, but they should be worked upon. There is more room and space for their betterments. Technology architecture infrastructure. The current technology architecture infrastructure is not up to date or mark when it comes to indulging all the participants of the of society or the nation as a whole. Next one is cost. The cost of production is not so affordable so that everyone can afford these IoT devices. Next one is raw data analysis. Uh, the data is increasing very rapidly, and we have to analyze on a very frequent basis, not after 1 year or so much big interval. We have to take care of it at a regular frequency so that we can manage our decision, take our decisions informally. Now these were all the challenges. Now we will talk about the benefits, like IoT is providing better and faster information, improving education sector also by making smart boards, smart televisions, smart devices, helping students and educators to grow as a whole. Life quality is almost increased very at a very sharp rate with the help of IoT devices, automating everything which are done manually nowadays. Increased production. The IoT devices have increased the production rate of corporations. Now they are producing at a greater amount at in the same time in which they were not previously producing. Now they have better decision making. The companies are able to make better decisions on basis of the data which they are getting with the help of IoT devices, data analysis, data visualization, resource optimization. The resource which are used to carry out an activity are optimized. Human error removal. Uh, the human made errors are moved at a very constant rate. Now we will talk about the research area required to obtain IoT vision in many directions. First one is massive scaling. Second one is architecture and dependencies. Third one is creating knowledge and big data. Fourth one is robustness. Fifth one is openness. Uh, Sixth one is security, and seventh one is privacy. These are research areas in which the IoT devices can further be investigated. So we'll talk about this in detail. First one is massive scaling. Recent studies have estimated that there will be 50 billion devices connected by the internet by 2020, and they are increasing. And there is an explosion of connected possibility. They are increasing at a very sharp rate. Everyone is connected with the help of internet, and there is a massive scaling of products and IoT devices, which we can further investigate. Second research area will be architecture and dependencies. Since billions of devices are connected to the internet, it's necessary to provide an appropriate architecture and follow some standards that easily allow connectivity, communication, control, and various useful applications. How all these objects will interact with each other, what are the standards, what are the guidelines, this must be worked upon. Now third one is creating knowledge and big data. IoT is the next technological revolution that is estimated to produce about 44 zettabyte of data, almost 4.4 E plus 10 terabyte by 2020. Almost all the objects or devices will have an IP address and will connect it to each other. So amount of data generated will be very humongous. Given this incredible amount of data generated, new mechanisms will be needed for the collection and selection of data. Data pre-processing should be done, like scrubbing, removal of redundant data, turning raw data into useful information. Next one is extracting information from these data, and what are the interpretation analysis, intelligent analysis are done after that. These all will be the research areas we have to work on, research directions for IoT. In this slide, the next is IoT and big data. What are the main challenges IoT and big data? The main challenges for big data in the IoT context are: first one is reliability. Reliability should be reliable, and the data should be secure. And big data collection, how the big data will be collected when the rate of data is very humongous on a real-time basis. Next one is identification of redundant data. The data which is repeating, it should be removed and should be identified at an earlier phase only. Next one is data interpretation and creation of useful information that includes noise. It should be interpreted and it should be removed redundant and waste that is created using the creation of useful information. Next one is development of inference techniques that do not suffer of the Bayesian and Dempster limitation. Next one is correct data binding should be there. These are the main challenges for IoT and big data. There are various problems in the collection of big data. First one is problem in data collection, how the data is collected. Unreliable data collection is there. Slowness in data collection. Cumbersome amount of data to analyze properly. There is very huge amount of data. Techniques for analysis and data processing are premature. Existing business processes not flexible for the efficient collection of data. So these are the big data challenges which we have to overcome. Second, next area is robustness for research directions in IoT. Applications based on sensors, actuators, communication distributed platforms connected to a network of objects. In such distributions, it should be common to devices to know certain things which are as follows. Their positions should be fixed. Positions should be known. Nearby devices cooperating, having synchronized clocks. The clocks should be synchronized with the of the various IoT devices. Consistent parameters, settings such as sleep, wake, battery levels, and security KPIs. Challenges is that the deterioration of these conditions causes the breakout of the clocks that causes the nodes to have different time shift that leads to failure within the system. This leads to failure of the system when the synchronization of the clock is disturbed. Solution: synchronization techniques are used in the context. Various different synchronization techniques are used to overcome this robustness challenge. Next research direction will be openness. The majority of sensor-based systems are closed systems. Example is car, planes, and ships have had network net sensor systems operating largely in the vehicle itself. They were closed systems. The capability of the system are increasing rapidly. Some of the examples are cars transmitting information about distance, airplanes sending technical real-time information, cars communicating with each other and control each other to avoid collisions. So doctors who interact in real time with their patients, analyzing physiological data automatically loaded. In order to achieve such benefits, the system requires openness. But what does it mean when the openness of such system is closed? So the openness of the system should be maximized in order to achieve such benefits from these closed systems. Next challenge or research direction for IoT is security. Key issues will become more and more intense every day. It will increase is the security feature. The greater the volume of data that moves in IoT, the higher is the risk of data theft and identity. Problems are many. Some of them are IoT products are often sold with old embedded softwares having glitches and various bugs. Many of these system software are still vulnerable and they can be exploited by intruders. The last one is the research direction for IoT is privacy concern. The IoT may become the most common term in vogue in the workplace. IoT is very common nowadays, and all. And since the data is shared among devices in IoT system, so data is at stake, and there are various problems of data theft, stealing of data, and it's the ownership of data that is controlled, and there should be some proper law made by the government or private corporations. So requirement companies to develop better criteria for communicating the utilization and sharing data of its customers should be done, and it should work upon, and there should be some challenges removed with help of various technologies. So thank you everyone for listening.